We all know at least one person who has a horror story about buying a truck. Maybe they were young or uneducated on exactly what they were buying, so they went out on the old Craigslist, found what they were looking for, they thought it was a good deal, and slapped down a little cash, and then BAM! They have a brand new to them truck. But the fun stops there. Suddenly they find themselves in a world of hurt when the repair bills start piling in and totaling in some cases literally thousands of dollars. I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets, and today we've got a spicy one for you. We've done the best first trucks to buy. We've done our top 5 trucks that hold their value over time, but today we're gonna be going over our top 5 picks for the worst trucks to buy. Bro, what are you looking for?
If I was wheels, tires, and suspension, where would I be?
Wheels, tires, suspension, customoffsets.com. Also, don't forget to get entered into our giveaway, Archon Wheels, Mickey Thompson Tires, Superlift Suspension. We just restocked all sizes, so we have pretty much a t-shirt for everybody. Pick one up to get entered to win, but you're gonna wanna do it soon. Giveaway ends in a couple weeks. All right, before we do this, we gotta lay down a few ground rules. I definitely understand that this list is circumstantial at best. And before you angrily type in the comments below about how your friends, second uncles, brothers, dads, barber had one of these trucks that ran to like 2 million miles, we're making a generalization. There will always be select outliers that stand the test of time, but overall, this is just what we've found to be true. Kicking off this list in the number 5 spot is technically an SUV, but it's worth mentioning: the Hummer H3. The Hummer H3 was dubbed as an off-road vehicle produced between the years 2005 and 2010 by General Motors. The smallest of the Hummer lineup, the H3 was offered as both a 5-door SUV or a 4-door SUT or sport utility truck. This truck model, the H3T, featured a 5-foot cargo bed behind the cabin. Unlike its older, bigger brothers, the H1 and the H2, the H3 was not developed by AM General. The worst part about the Hummer H3 is that not only was it a watered down, less fun version of the iconic Hummer design, but it came with a 3.5 liter 5-cylinder gas engine that made a bolstering 225 horsepower and 225 foot-pounds of torque. Staggering, I know. Besides all of that, there was literally zero aftermarket support for the H3.
So being a gentleman, I said, hey, you f***ing with me?
There are absolutely no lift kits available for the H3. For having slim horsepower and no lift options, the H3 comes in at number 5 on our worst trucks to own. Up next in the number 4 spot is an old favorite, the Ford Explorer. Again, not technically a truck, I know, but the Sport Track counts as a truck, right? For simplicity's sake here, we're talking about all of the Explorer trims: Sport, Sport Track, all of them. Debuted in 1991, the Ford Explorer was the very first 4-door SUV produced by the Ford Motor Company. The Explorer was introduced as a full-on replacement for the 2-door Bronco 2. While the Explorer has had several changes and 6 generations, coincidentally enough, over its 29 years in production, one thing hasn't changed: the lack of support from aftermarket companies on this chassis. Just like the H3, there are very few lift kits available, and the ones that aren't very big. This is probably for good reason though, as these narrow, short wheelbase SUVs have a tendency to become inverted if you throw them around a corner. This, coupled with the bad publicity they got from the Firestone tire scandal, puts them right at number 4 on our list. Still with me? Smack dab in the middle of our list is one that's quite spicy. Personally, I've known a few guys that have had these trucks, and they've definitely lived up to the name, good or bad. Coming in at the number 3 is the 10th and 11th generations of Ford F-150s. To be specific, this would be any F-150 produced between 1999 and 2008 with either the 4.6 liter or 5.4 liter V8 engines. Trust me, I get it. The allure is there. They seem to be a solid, dependable truck for the price, but it's not all fun and games with these trucks. Transmission, good. Body, decent. Engine,
ooh, baby.
If you're not familiar with these trucks, let me break it down for you real quick. As you may or may not know, the spark plug is a vital part of any internal combustion engine. It literally creates the spark that fires the engine, which is why the 4.6 makes the list. It has been known to quite literally eject the spark plug out of the engine. Yes, you heard that right. You're out cruising up and down the local Ave, showing off your new truck, and bam! The spark plug from cylinder number 5 decides it wants to take off in flight. And just when you thought they would fix this issue with the 5.4 liter engine, think again. One of the top reported failures on the 5.4 Tritons was, you guessed it, blown spark plugs. Best part about the Triton is that it was coil-on ignition, meaning that when you blew the spark plug out of the engine block, it also broke the ignition coil. Not cool, Ford. Not cool. Coming in at number 2, ironically enough, is the 2nd gen Cummins. This new Ram hit the market in late 1993 in either regular cab, extended cab, also referred to as a club cab, or crew cab body styles. In terms of engine, this next generation Ram covered all the bases. It had a V6, a V8, a V10, and a 6-cylinder turbo diesel option. Specifically today, we're focused on the last one, being the Cummins diesel. Listen, we've all seen those for sale ads. For sale. 1998 Dodge Ram 2500, Cummins diesel, extended cab, some rust, 400,000 miles, asking 85,000 or best offer. Don't lowball me, I know what I got. If you've ever truck shopped, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The bro tax on these trucks is real. And if the bro tax isn't enough to turn you off, the fact that every 2nd gen owner I know has replaced more than one transmission should help. The good news is that if you're lucky enough to be north of the Rust Belt like we are here in Wisconsin, you won't have time for the transmission to fail, as the rest of the truck will literally rust out faster than you can say, I know what I got. Coming in at the number 1 spot is one that hits only too close to home for me, as I had one. These trucks were riddled with issues even from brand new, and it's unfortunate because they look so good. If you guys haven't guessed it already, the number 1 truck on this list would be none other than the 6-liter Power Stroke. Beginning in late 2003, Ford began putting the 6.0 in their 3/4 and 1-ton trucks. This would only be the case for a few short years, however, because in 2008, Ford would replace the 6.0 with its younger brother, the 6.4 Power Stroke. If its short lifespan wasn't enough to steer you away, a quick Google search will show you just how many minute issues these trucks had. Engine oil coolers, EGR coolers, ICP sensors, leaking coolant elbows, Fickham voltage drops, and oh yeah, the terrible factory designed heads without a proper number of head bolts, which led to the 6.0 naturally blowing head gaskets on a regular basis.
The seats in the cab start on fire.
What? No, they don't. That's a lie. It really is a shame too, as the 6-liter Power Strokes looked and sounded fantastic. And this coming from a past 6.0 owner, trust me, it's better that you don't. There you have it, guys. There's our top 5 worst trucks to own. Think we missed one on the list? Let us know down in the comments below. And as always, be sure to...
I found it.
You found what?
I found it.
You found what?
Wheels, tires, and suspension.
Oh yeah, CustomOnSites.com. Like, share, subscribe, so we can keep making videos like this. See you later.